Hiya guys, and welcome back to another episode of Skyrim Mods of the Moment. Today we'll look at some of the best new immersion, quest, graphics, armors, and player home mods that we have been blessed with by the talented Skyrim modders. I'm Bard's College graduate, and let us begin with the first new immersion mod on the list. EVG Clamber Slope Animations is a mod that adds new animations in the game. When walking up or down a hill or stairs, your character's walking and running animations now reflect the very real struggle of working the many slopes of Skyrim. These animations are enabled for all the NPCs walking around as well, so even if you play primarily on the first-person view, you'll see these cool animations on action anyways. There's also an animation for when you go down a mountain, as your character tries their darndest to stay balanced to not fall down. You can also disable animations and tweak them from the mod configuration menu. No way around it, Everglades Clamber Slope Animations is officially a must-have mod, as it makes the movement in the game feel more natural and immersive. We have now clambered to High Hrothgar in order to showcase the next immersion mod on the list today. Burn M Banners is an amazing new mod that makes the world feel a bit more real and dynamic by making Skyrim's banners flammable. With the mod, now most banners can be set aflame with fire or shock magic, but be careful, guards and the people around you won't appreciate your pyromaniac tendencies. After the banners burn, they'll vanish completely into the thin air before respawning after 30 in-game days. This mod is immersive, yes, but most of all, it is surprisingly fun to set things ablaze. Let's not cause any more trouble, and rather just sit down in a tavern and relax a bit to listen to people talking. The next item in the list is Inn-Tegrated NPCs, Oblivion-style conversations, which is a new mod that aims to bring Oblivion-inspired random conversations between characters in Skyrim's inns and adds 21 new NPCs into the game.
Heard any interesting gossip lately?
Well, I've heard quite a few things about you that I bet you don't want me to repeat.
These new characters are unique new people or off-duty guards spending time in the many Skyrim taverns, having conversations with each other and interacting also with some of the vanilla NPCs, voiced by AI.
I met this mage the other day. Reckon she could turn cheese into sweet rolls.
Surely you don't think I'm going to fall for that.
Can I help you?
I need a drink. Anything will do.
Here you go, miss.
Thank you, innkeeper.
These new scenes and interactions leave the inns feeling more lively and interesting with the variety of different conversations the new NPCs can now have.
If you ever want to replace those old rags, please let me know.
Oh, what now? Rags, you say? What in Tamriel are you prattling on about?
Your outfit is something of an open wound where attire is concerned.
First, you insult my face. Now you're insulting my clothes?
After all these incredible new immersion mods, let's wind down a bit and check out the mod that kind of blew my mind with its perfect simplicity. Because now we have Pinecones. Yes, Pinecones in Skyrim. How the heck did no one else think of this before? Pinecones are everywhere where I live, and it makes total sense that now you can find them in Skyrim's many pine forests. In fact, there's now over 200 hand-placed pinecones all around Riverwood and Falkreath. You can use them for alchemy, and there's also a campfire add-on mod available, so you can use them for tinder, so they're not completely useless, on the contrary. So simple, yet so awesome. Another simple new immersion mod makes a huge difference in a small way. Skeuomorphism of Skyrim, Immersive Plaque reading interface bids adieu to the boring task of reading these pop-up dialogue boxes and replaces them with fitting 3D plaques to read from. This mod is so lovely as now there are less of those distracting and unimmersive user interface boxes and more of these real plaques that look just great and are so much more fun to read. Finally, we have the standing sound stones. This mod is another sound mod from this author, enriching the soundscape of Skyrim one detail at a time, and now it's the standing stones' turn. This mod adds unique sound loops to the standing stones locations by hand placing sound markers, carefully considering each of their powers and theme, which results in more magical and mythical encounters with them. Now, let's jump right into the new quest mods, beginning with Lost Passages, the Hidden City. Well, to be fair, this mod isn't exactly a classic quest mod, it's actually a mod that adds 10 new dungeons into the game, but the gist is that these dungeons are Radiant enabled, meaning that the game's repeating quests such as bounties may occur in one of these new dungeons, bringing variety to them. These new locations will make you venture into the depths of Skyrim's major cities, Whiterun, Riftend, Markarth, Windhelm and Solitude, where you'll find yourself in secret rooms, sewers, cellars or crypts. The dungeons are all small or medium-sized, there is always a boss NPCs to fight, and a loot chest for you to claim your reward from clearing the place. I think these dungeons are super lore-friendly, they feel realistic, and on top of it, make the biggest cities in Skyrim feel bigger and more detailed with these dark underbelly additions. Now, let's move on to the actual new quest mods. Destroy the Dark Brotherhood quest expansion introduces new lore-friendly ways to begin the DB questline, as well as expands the quest of destroying this guild of professional assassins. The first feature of the mod is that it adds an alternative way to get kidnapped in your sleep by Assorted, so you don't have to kill Grelot the Kind from the orphanage in every playthrough. Instead, you can assassinate any character the Black Sacrament has been performed on, such as Lurbuk, Narfi or Dikas. All in all, there are 13 NPCs that have been targeted. Before this, be sure to put Grelot in jail with Innocence Lost quest expansion that complements this mod. Now, it doesn't matter how you got into any of this shady business, but now that we're in it, might as well take a look at the second feature of this mod. The vanilla lackluster quest for destroying the Dark Brotherhood has been expanded with many ways. After setting the shack prisoners free, you can find them roaming around Skyrim, Commander Morrow has new lines, and you can persuade him to get you some help with the mission, and there are a lot new combat lines.
Dare invade my home!
There's also a friendly new custom-voiced NPC, a scholar named Gaston Belfort, whose remains you can actually find in the vanilla game alongside a note describing how he's determined to get in the sanctuary. He's been camping here for a while and he shares the password with you, so you can go in and wreak all the havoc you want.
When asked,
"What is the music of life?"
reply, "Silence, my brother."
Not all Brotherhood assassins are home though, so you'll need to track down the rest of them and finish the Brotherhood's last chapter in Tamriel. All this and more in this fantastic mod. From one faction to another, let's check out Revealing Rune next. This mod is all about this one character in Thieves Guild, an imperial man called Rune. He has a mysterious backstory, being shipwrecked as a child, found only with a tiny stone in his pocket, inscribed with strange runes. All this interesting lore, but not one quest to speak of. Revealing Rune fixes this by allowing you to investigate on his past and search any clues about his mysterious runestone by traveling to the coast to find out what happened to him and his parents. Rune's new dialogue is fully voiced using existing lines from the game, and I can just say that this quest mod left me feeling so wholesome, even though we're dealing with the Thieves Guild here. Finally, we have Demon of Dream. This is a standalone new quest mod in which you'll enter the nightmares of 3 ex-cultists of Vermina, the Lady of Nightmares. You know, the one who tormented Dawnstar with those horrible dreams. The quest begins in Cragwallow Slope, where you can acquire the Idol of Vermina and read a note explaining where these traitorous ex-cultists can be found. In these dreams, you'll experience the worst fears and deepest desires of these 3 people, and of course, fight against numerous creepy enemies, only getting out after conquering them. In addition to these nightmares, the mod also comes with new spells, artifacts, and a new trading system, where you can trade loot you have found from the dreams to acquire these valuable artifacts, items, and spell tomes. Demon of Dream is an incredible quest mod, fitting right into the game, allowing us to venture into these surreal dreams and overall boosting the presence of Vermina in Skyrim. Now, let's take a look at new graphics mods and everything related to Skyrim's visuals. First off, we have Trolls SE, which is a mod that completely reimagines the many mighty trolls of Skyrim, both cave and frost types, but not the armored ones yet. Urefrykte, the legendary troll you'll help the Brotherhood slay, has also been updated with this new look. These trolls look fearsome and incredible, and somehow something that could maybe exist in our world, probably because they resemble gorillas even more than the vanilla trolls. Going with the same theme of fearsome, large, two-legged creatures, we have Dongo Giants, a Game of Thrones inspired giant replacer. This mod reimagines the giants of Skyrim, and as the title suggests, they are majorly inspired by the giants from Game of Thrones. The biggest difference these giants have is that the new guys have very warm clothes on to suit the chilly environment of the province. I like that their beards have physics enabled, but you can get a version without this feature as well. The author is also saying that there are variants coming soon, so stay tuned for those. Khajiit Has Tents is a new Khajiit caravan mod, overhauling their merchant camp and tents with designs inspired by ESO. No longer do the Khajiit sleep and do business from these boring tents, but rather from these beautiful, decorated tents that are simply perfect for these feline traveling merchants. The tents are lifted up on platforms, which I think is a great unique touch, and there are sharp new banners as well. There are some practical furniture and crates around the tent, and the shelves are filled with the wares they sell, but otherwise the overhaul keeps it fairly simple and clean, as it doesn't add any clutter around the campfire. We also have some more noble furniture replacers from this genius of an author that I'm actually needlessly hyped about. I mean, they're just furniture, but goddamn do they look good! The Royal Seat, a noble bench, chair and throne replacer, replaces a lot of chairs in the game, making them finally look worthy for some royal behinds. Goodness, and all these pillows! Well, the pillows are optional, but they make these benches a lot comfier. Oddments and Miscellanea replaces many miscellaneous furniture pieces such as the noble Lectern, noble rack, mounted Antlers, the Butterchurn, and the Winterhold bookcase that has been needing a makeover for a long time. Goodness gracious, I can't stop looking at these things. I probably need some help with this addiction. They're just magnificent. Okay, now I'm cooled down again. Let's check out one more mod from this author. Utenlands, Nordic Tents, Replacer and Campfire add-on. Yes, we are going back to tents. Why do I feel like this is the soul of Skyrim modding? Anyway, I'm rambling now. This mod overhauls the Nordic tents of Skyrim with Viking-inspired aesthetics. These tents look awesome and really brings out the Nordic vibes with these patterns and wooden frames. Let's take a quick look on the last graphics mod on the list today. Inveterate Imperium is a parallax-enabled texture mod for the sturdy Imperial forts. Both exterior and interior stone textures are included in this mod for maximum cohesiveness, and they are all handcrafted with meticulous attention to detail, as you can see here. These textures are available in 2K, 4K and 8K, and here I am showcasing the 4K version of the mod. That's it for the graphics, and might I just say, they were some of the best new models and textures I've showcased in the Mods of the Moment series. Now, let's check out a couple of incredible new armors, starting with Gorm HDT SMP armor. This piece of art is a unisex light armor with physics enabled, very Nordic in style, made of beautiful dark leather and sturdy fabric. There's also a drinking horn detail which I adore, and it actually reminds me of a friend of mine with a similar horn IRL. The helmet is incredible as well, but it's sadly not compatible with the beast races. You can craft this practical and quite frankly flawless armor at the forge, or you can add it with console commands. The second armor set I'm featuring today is by the legend Butterchurn. This is the Rihad Swordsman Set. Yes, we are back at the Alikir Desert to showcase it in proper environment. Not only do you get this amazing armor, but this mod also comes with a fitting sword and a shield to complete the set. The details on this piece quite literally make me drool. Just look at these cowrie shells on the helmet, and the fur, and the figure on the leg guard. As always, beautiful and intricate, but that's something I don't think I need to even mention. While I was drooling, I almost forgot the specs. The piece is light armor and comes with physics and a loading screen, and you can craft it with advanced armor smithing perk. For our player home, let's check out ClefJ's Moonstone Holdfast. This is a proper 3-story castle tower, a perfect dwelling for a minor lord or an honorable knight. It is located right next to Nightgate Inn in the freezing north of Skyrim, so if you're in need of company and a warm meal, you can simply walk down to the tavern. Moonstone Holdfast is nothing too fancy. It has beds for you and your follower, weapon racks and some storage, but you have to look alchemy or enchanting stations elsewhere. Instead of those useless things, if I may say, there's a toilet and a small bath as well to keep you clean. The basement is reserved for armor crafting and storage, and the master bedroom upstairs has space for all your valuable belongings. Of course, you can also climb up to the top of the tower to take a look at the magnificent view of the Pale Hold anytime you want. This player home is overall quite minimalistic and decorated in a vanilla-friendly fashion, but it's also performance-friendly, so I can recommend it to any respectable Nord, Knight or a Thane. That's it, you guys. I think the June Mods of the Moment was pretty awesome. If you agree, let me know. And, you know, there's actually not that many people watching until the very end, and now you have, so I applaud and thank you. Put a little dragon heart emoji in your comment to let me know you got this far. Let it be our secret club. This video was co-produced by Kira, Ryan Ulrich, Sphinx, Dodepunker, Jacob and the Panicked Monk, as well as my other Patreon supporters whom I appreciate so much. If you want to support the channel and gain access to extra content, check out patreon.com/bardscollegegraduate or consider joining as a channel member. Thank you so much for watching the video. Take care and see ya!